It's a glorious day. Arsenal in the mud. Most delusional fan base in Europe gets it. Do you know what? I was actually going to bring that up to talk about them in a little while, mate, because just when you think you've had your peak Arsenal delusionment, then they come out with a post like this on social media where one of their fans said, out of the FA Cup, perfect. That means one thing for us. Arsenal fans, book your tickets to the Allianz Arena in Munich, Germany on the 31st of May 2025. That's where Arsenal will lift the Champions League. We will silence this platform. I think I speak on behalf of many football fans when I say to Arsenal fans like that, if you could just silence yourselves, that would be great. Because the platform is only calling you out for your own nonsense that you've posted over and over again. So perhaps, just keep yourselves quiet and stop. Because you're not winning the Champions League. You're not winning the Premier League. You know now you're not winning the FA Cup. And you're in an uphill battle against Newcastle to get into the final of the League Cup. It's shocking. Now, one thing I do want to call out, and you always have a moral dilemma of whether you highlight these horrible, disgusting comments or not. But I think it's important that we do. Kai Havertz's wife shared a post where somebody said, I hope you have a miscarriage, to Kai Havertz's wife, Sophia. And I'll never understand what type of moron, what type of lowlife thinks that is acceptable or that is the way to react to anything. I hope this person is found out. I hope that they get whatever comeuppance legally that they can have. But it's so heartbreaking because, look, we all vent about players. I certainly vent about players, but I don't take it onto social media. I'd never take it into DMs or comments, and I'd never get personal about it. It's just so disgusting, and it's so heartbreaking to see that in 2025 this type of nonsense is still going on. So, I hope that Kai Havertz and his family can get to the bottom of this and have that person, at the very least, have their account banned, because it's disgusting to see stuff like that. Roosba, how are you, my man? Said the Dalot second sending off was identical to Bergvall's. In a separate note, Amram is improving United much better than Ten Hag. Look, I said when Amram came in that he's a good coach, and it is going to take time, but certainly between the performance against us and then that performance down to 10 men for a good chunk of the game, a very, 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 very soft penalty given for the foul. I call it a foul. I don't think it was a foul. I think United fans have every right to be aggrieved about that penalty decision. But Bayindir stepped up and made the save and then was the hero as well in the penalty shootout, and United found their way into the next round. So yeah, I'm sure United fans happy enough with that one, and Amram certainly is improving them, my man. I've no disagreement with you on that. Investigate madly, woeful officiating today, said Shane. Shane, that penalty was a disgrace. Now, I didn't see the whole game, bro. I didn't. I'm not going to sit here and say I did. But what I tuned in and what I seen, I do feel like you've every right to feel a little bit aggrieved today. And, that penalty was nothing short of shocking. And, you guys got, I guess, what you would deem is your karma when Bayindir saved it. But, not great, mate. But, look, my take on officiating in English football, Shane. It hasn't been good enough for quite a while. Craig, what's your views on the fact that Arsenal never get slandered by the media? It's always about how well they've done. No one ever seems to acknowledge they have a rubbish performance. I've always felt that there is sometimes a London bias towards clubs in that area, that they don't really get maybe the same grief as others may get. I don't really know what else to say in it, There's this appetite to want Arsenal to somehow be successful again. You're looking at another season now where the FA Cup's gone for Arteta and Arsenal. The Premier League title is going to be a huge jump if they can make it to that, and I don't think they will. They're 2-0 down and have to go away from home in the League Cup semi-final, so there are odds against in that one. And I don't really think anybody takes them seriously to win a Champions League this year, other than maybe some of their own fans, and that's understandable. You want to be optimistic about your own team. I just don't think that at any other club, Arteta isn't under pressure now. And I don't get how he isn't, to be honest with you, because United fans wouldn't accept it, Liverpool fans wouldn't accept it, Chelsea fans wouldn't accept it. But, team entitlement, the Arsenal fans seem to lap it up. I don't know. And then they laugh and talk about Spurs not having standards. Adam Brown said, "Hey Craig, hope you're keeping well. So happy to see Arsenal having another trophyless season. Biggest bottle jobs in world football. Can't stand Arteta." So up until this season, Adam, I actually thought Arsenal fans were alright. But I've seen an absolute sense of entitlement and delusion that isn't justified from so many of them outside of my friend Lee Gunner. But it's crazy. Like, often at times I look at some of the stuff that I see and get sent from socials and think, that can't be a serious post. Like, that has to be a piss take or a wind up. Because, you know, what is he now, 6 years into his job? One FA Cup maybe? I know he loves to count the Community Shield, but it's not a real trophy. That's not great for 700 odd million quid spent on transfers. A lot of gooners questioning Arteta after tonight, said Philip. I think they've every right to. You know, like, hand on heart, bias out the window. I think Mikel Arteta has moved Arsenal on. Absolutely. He's gotten them to become a regular Champions League club again. And he's certainly moved them back up the league table and made them a contender. But I don't think with the way he goes about his style of management, I think he's more a Gareth Southgate-esque don't lose manager than go out there to grab it by the scruff of the neck and win. And that will get you so far. But I don't think it's going to get him where they want to be. It's not my place to tell Arsenal fans what to think of their manager, but I don't think it would cut it at any other club after this long. I think back to Jurgen coming into Liverpool, and after 6 years at Liverpool and 700 million quid spent in Arteta's case, if we had one FA Cup to show for that, I don't think we'd be happy. I don't think we'd be... Yeah, we wouldn't be happy. We'd be asking, what's going on here? Why can't we take that last step? So, you know, it's up to Arsenal fans to decide what they want to do about their own manager, but this was supposed to be their coronation season.